Howdy everyone, this is LA Casciato, hashtag The Avengers Awaits. And got a cheat sheet here. I jotted some notes about what we're going to talk about. With that said, before we get into it, happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, all that jazz. So let's get to it. As you all know, I've been doing a book review series, which I don't normally do book reviews. So this is kind of a first for me. I normally do reviews on camping, hacks, gear reviews, things like that. So with that said, let's talk about these books for a minute. Like I said, I've been reading a series of 3 books. As far as I know, she only did 3. By Carrie Stewart Parks. Book 1 is Far Out. Book 2 is A Cry from the Dusk. And Book 3 is A Fragments of Fear. Now, Book 1, Far Out, was definitely big time a page turner for me. I borrowed it like on a Thursday, Friday, couldn't put it down, ended up finishing it the next day. Then Book 2, A Cry from the Dust, the same thing. You know, another page turner for me. Finished it within like 24 hours. This one, in all honesty, I just finished this up today. You know, between Thanksgiving, Christmas, all that other prep that everybody does, although my daughter and her husband do most of it. It took me a hot minute to get through this book, and it didn't really start getting good until almost a week, maybe 2 into the book. I had to get about halfway through before I start putting it down. I did leave my bookmark in there, but I did finish the book earlier today. So, why this one took me so long to get into it, I have no idea, but I do like the author. I think she's my next favorite author. So, with that being said, if you're into like serious series, book type novels, stuff like that, I do recommend her. I'm more like a Danielle Steele, J.B. Robb, couple of others. I kind of like the Native American type romance books because I'm a romance kind of girl. But I'm trying to broaden my reading literature. Not sure if that's the right term. But with Carrie Parks, if you're into like a thriller, suspense, conspiracy type thing, yeah, I would recommend these kind of books. Her main character seems to be archaeologist slash artist, and somebody that was in the wrong place at the wrong time, you know, and then somehow got involved in solving a mystery, murder, things like that. So, it's definitely a good book. I would recommend it. Um, I think that's all I really wanted to say about these books. You know, like I said, I mentioned the theme of the main characters, the theme of the book, conspiracy, thriller, detectives, archaeologists, all that jazz. Now, I did mention this book in one of my previous uh, vlogs. I don't recall reading her. I think I might have. I just don't remember. But I'm going to skip this romance book. It's about a rancher. The girl's father wanted to combine the 2 ranches. I didn't read the book. I just read, you know, the background, what it was about. So, she had a secret crush on the guy. And, like I said, I'm a romance kind of girl, but I couldn't bring myself to read this one. So I did mention Linda Plask, Buried. This was a good book too. This was also another page turner for me. That was a little bit unexpected for me. Now, like I said, Carrie Parker, she was pretty good, stuff like that. Now, with all that being said, that segues into what I'm going to talk about next. Um, I started in January. I want to try to get a minimum of a book a month, maybe get up to, a book a week. But I'm going to start off slow, and sometime in January, I'm going to start with this guy, Richard Castle, Raging Heat. Apparently, he has or had a series on ABC. I don't normally watch ABC, but this book is, I'll read a little bit about it, which is why I kind of want to get into it. Bear with me, I'm not good at reading out loud, so if you catch me stumbling over my words, you know why. Anyway, with that being said, here we go. In this riveting follow-up to the New York Times bestseller Deadly Heat, NYPD homicide detective Nikki Heat risked her life to solve a high-profile murder at the same time her tempestuous relationship with investigative journalist Jameson Rook is put to the test like never before. A New York Times bestseller author, Richard Castle's newest novel, an illegal immigrant falls from the sky, and NYPD homicide detective Nikki Heat investigation into his death quickly captures the imagination of her boyfriend, the Polizeiler. I'm having a hard time pronouncing that word, so my apologies, but I'm stumbling over this word. But he's a prize-winning journalist, Jameson Hook. He decides to work the case with Heat, and old sparks rekindle. But when Rook's inquiry leads him to conclude that Detective Heat has arrested the wrong man, everything changes. Their relationship lurches into sharp conflicts and over the riskiest case of Heat's career. Set against the raging force of Hurricane Sandy, which that was a couple of years ago, as it pounds New York, Heat battles the ambitious power broker, fights a platoon of urban mercenaries, and clashes with the man she loves. Detective Heat knows her job is to solve murders. She just worried that solving this one will be the death of her relationship. So it sounds interesting. I'll let you know what I think of it when I start this book. I don't know none of these authors, but personally, I just like Daniel Steele, J.B. Robb, a couple of my romance other books. Catherine Woodsworth, Catherine Coulter. I'm into those kind of type books, but like I said, I don't know none of them personally, so nobody's paying me to push their books, advertise their books, nothing like that. I just wanted to switch up my reviews. I normally do gear reviews such as hiking, camping, snorkeling, things like that. Hacks for your tents or your camper. Little minor stuff like that that I can do. I don't normally do book reviews. So this is the first for me. And it started with that series and that other book I mentioned a few minutes ago. If you guys have any recommendations of books that you've read, drop it in the comments below. Let me know, and I'll do my best to try to read it. And like I said, nobody's paying me to review their novels or whatever you want to call them. It's gender free. I'm just giving you what I think of the book. And I want to get back into reading. I used to be an avid reader when my kids were young. And then over the years, as they grew older, you know, things happen, over the years, and I kind of lost interest in reading at the time. You can ask one of my daughters, they would tell you that they remembered I always had my nose in the book. And then, as I said, over the years, whatever the reason was, I'm not going to go into details about it on here, but I kind of lost interest. So now I'm trying to get back into it, and her series kind of helped with that, getting me back into reading. So I'm going to take a break for the rest of this month, and then starting in January, like I said a few minutes ago, I want to try to get into a book a month, hopefully get up to a book a week. I got 15, 16 books sitting on my nightstand that I got to get to, starting with him first. So he's going to be, I'm going to start with him in January. If he's a page turner, then I'll start on, after I get done reading that one, I'll do another one. Also, after January, more like April, I will be doing a event vlog, and it's gonna be fun. I'm looking forward to it. I'm probably gonna do some camping in there as well. Where, I haven't decided yet. I have two choices. One is free, one I gotta pay for. Oh, and next month I am starting working at the fair. I did it last year. It was really fun. Yeah, I did it in the beginning of this year, actually, because the South Florida Fair comes around once a year here in Florida. So it's coming up again in January. So I'll be working that for the 2.5 weeks they're gonna be there. And yeah, so there's that. That's exciting. I'm gonna be looking forward to that. And then April, I have my drone meetup that my son and I go to once a year. So I'm looking forward to that as well. I just haven't decided where I'm going to be camping at. So look forward to those vlogs and that adventure, because I'll be bringing you all along. I'll try to squeeze in a live here and there, just so y'all can have some fun with us. And when I figure out where I'm camping, I'll drop a link in below. And there's one of two places. One will be free, one I'm going to have to pay for, which is fine. But the one I want to try to get into after I get paid from working the fair is Phillips Campgrounds. And it's about 20, maybe 40 minutes from where our drone meetup is at the Gentian Beach Causeway here in Florida. If not, then I'm probably going to camp at Dupree again, and that is a free campground. I just got to apply for the permit, which is also free. And there's that. So I got those two adventures coming up, events, whatever you want to call it. One I'm working at, one is fun adventure type thing. So I'm going to leave it there. I hope you all had a really good Thanksgiving, really good Christmas. Stay tuned for those other videos. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. And again, if you have any recommendations on books, hit me up. Leave a comment below. If you want to know more about these books, let me know. But as far as I know from what my librarian said, excuse me, she only did 3 books. I don't know how true that may or may not be, so I'm probably going to Google it and find out. I'm sure you can probably get her at your local bookstore. And we'll go from there. But like I said, starting in January, I'm going to try to get in a book a month, hopefully upgrade a book a week. And I guess that will be all. Again, I hope you all had a good holiday, a good Thanksgiving, good Christmas, whatever it is you celebrate. I hope you had a good time. I did post a couple of videos earlier of my grandkids opening up their presents, my daughter's dog opening up her things. You know, that was hilarious. You got to see that video. And so I end up editing it, and upon editing it, it ended up being a little bit longer than I expected. So it is what it is. Again, just as a disclaimer, any book I read, I am not um, being paid by any of these authors. I'm agenda free. I'm giving you my raw, honest opinions on any book I'm reading. Nobody is paying me nothing. None of the bookstores, book companies, none of the authors. Nobody's paying me. I'm not getting paid for this. I'm just doing this as my own free time to switch up my little gear reviews. You know, switching up my adventure vlogs. So, I'm going to leave it there. If you guys have any comments, drop it in the link below. Let me know what you all think. I just got a text from a family member on my phone, so I'm going to go address that, finish watching some TV, and get ready for dinner. And I'll see you all soon. And stay tuned for those two other events. Talk to you all later. Bye. Peace out, everybody.